Hi, my name is Sarabjit Singh. I will be talking about a series on artificial intelligence simplified. Machines are learning deep. In this part of presentation, I will cover digital trend with introduction of artificial intelligence and deep learning. There is a writing on the wall that reads, "We are probably living in the most defining period of human history, the period when computing moved from large mainframe to PC to cloud. But what makes it defining is not what has happened, but what is coming our way in years to come." A few years back, Google ex-CEO Eric Schmidt in a conference stunned the world by disclosing the figure that from the beginning of human civilization to the year 2003, there were 5 exabytes of information created. We now create 5 exabytes every 2 days. This is an amazing observation. By the way, 1 exabyte is 1 million terabyte or 1 billion gigabyte. Continuing that observation, see the exponential growth and overwhelming amount of data creation as well as storage device advancement, moving from bulky low capacity storage to lighter high capacity storage. We are possibly moving towards a new direction in storage by introducing biological DNA storage device with extremely high capacity to the range of 215 petabyte per gram. Our access of innovation now has so many new labels: intelligence fueled by machine, deep learning, cognitive computing. Data has new trend with data lakes, in-memory for streaming, analytics, IoT, sensors, etc. Cloud have new companions like analytical frameworks and GPU power provided by leading vendors like Amazon, SageMaker, Google Colab, Microsoft Azure, etc. All these are part of democratization drive for easy availability of technology. All these developments are making a strong foundation for artificial intelligence trend. We are moving from programmable era to intelligence era dominated by artificial intelligence. AI is at the heart of ever-increasing variety of smart systems around us, and it's becoming an important part of our modern lifestyle. AI is expected to solve complex real-world problems through algorithms and mathematics. In the modern world, AI is used across many verticals in many different forms. We want the machines to sense, reason, think, and act. One of the main reasons we want to study AI is to automate many things. Computing effectively means both: one, collecting large amount of data, and two, developing capabilities for storing, processing, and translating the data into actionable business insights. Better data can also support analytically driven scenario planning to inform how ecosystem will evolve. At what point along the value chain your data can create value, and whether or where you can identify potential holy grail data assets. AI as a concept has been around for long, but its development has seen many winters due to various reasons. The field of artificial intelligence is essentially when machines can do tasks that typically require human intelligence. It encompasses machine learning, where machines can learn by experience and acquire skills without human involvement. Deep learning, a subset of machine learning, has created a large disruption. Machine learning breakthroughs are now driving artificial intelligence boom. What is deep learning? Deep learning is generating buzz in the AI community. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning where artificial neural networks, algorithms inspired by the human brain, learn from large amount of data. It is similar to how we learn from experience. Deep learning algorithm would perform a task repeatedly, each time tweaking it a little to improve the outcome. We refer to deep learning because neural networks have various deep layers that enable learning. Just about any problem that requires thought to figure out a problem deep learning can learn to solve. With deep learning, all we need to do is create the list of inputs and the corresponding outputs. The learned model that we get is just the relationship between labeled inputs and the desired output. Why deep learning? Older machine learning algorithms didn't know what to do with all the data we now have. If you train a small neural network on the same supervised learning task, you might get slightly better performance. Here by small neural network, we mean a neural network with only a small number of hidden units or layers or parameters. Finally, if you train larger and larger neural network, you can obtain even better performance. Deep learning techniques ensure that results get better with more data, with bigger models, and with more computation. Many of the ideas of deep learning have been around for decades. Why are these ideas taking off now? Two of the biggest drivers of recent progress have been data availability. People are not spending more time on digital devices. Their digital activity generates huge amount of data that we can feed to our learning algorithms. And second, computational scale. We started just a few years ago to be able to train neural networks that are big enough to take advantage of the huge data sets we now have. Where deep learning applied. There are so many ever-growing examples, like virtual assistants, whether it's Alexa or Siri or Cortana. The virtual assistants of online service providers use deep learning to help understand your speech and the language humans use when they interact with them. Another example, translation. In a similar way, deep learning algorithms can automatically translate between languages. This can be powerful for travelers, business people, and others. Another example is vision for autonomous cars or drones. The way an autonomous vehicle understands the realities of the road and how to respond to them, whether it's a stop sign, a ball in the street, or another vehicle, is through deep learning algorithm. It's also coming to other fields like medicine and pharmaceuticals, from disease and tumor diagnosis to personalized medical medicines uh, created specifically for an individual's genome. Deep learning in the medical field has the attention of many of the largest pharmaceutical and medical companies. Another example, personalized shopping and entertainment. Ever wonder how Netflix comes up with suggestions for what you should watch next, or where Amazon comes up with ideas of what you should buy next? And those suggestions are exactly what you need, but you just never knew it before. Yep, it's deep learning algorithm at work. How deep learning works. Deep learning architecture takes its inspiration from biological neural structure. The idea behind deep learning is to look at the human brain to mimic how the human brain operates. That's basically what a neuron looks like in the human brain. There are approximately 100 billion neurons altogether, connected to as many as about 1,000 of its neighbors. An artificial neuron is a connection point in an artificial neural network. Artificial neural network, like the human body's biological neural network, have a layered architecture, and each network node has the capability to process input and forward output to other nodes in their network. The decision of whether or not to send information on is called bias, and it's determined by an activation function built into the system. It's very interesting as we learn more on how all these processes are converted to mathematical models. Some of the concepts used in building the mathematical models are the neuron, activation function, neural network, working and learning, gradient descent, forward and back propagation, and so on. We will talk in detail to dive deep into deep learning for its implementation, architecture types, and sample algorithms. Thank you for watching this video. You may send your feedback at my email ID. Thank you.